Welcome to the 10th module of the Business Management Capstone class. This will be a brief overview video of the assignments for this week. First, you're going to want to complete the Chapter 8 Smart Book assignment. Next, you're going to complete the course participation diversification strategy discussion board form. Make sure you're replying to at least 2 other students so you will receive full credit. Next, we have the Chapter 8 quiz. Next, we have case study number 4, iRobot in 2019. Can the company keep the magic? Next, we have the Globus simulation 3-year strategic plan, year 12 through 14. So you already completed one for year 9 through 11, so you should be familiar with the structure of them. So hopefully you can improve upon what you did in the past. Next, we have the Module 10 report, which focuses on international markets. Majority of the teams are doing very well with the reports by now. There are a couple that are not, and this is not a difficult concept to understand. You know, when I'm saying a report, I want a nice cover page. I want the report obviously to have in-depth information. I want it to have a professional style to it, so it's just not generic. It could have charts, graphs, tables. It should look amazing. It should not look like you put it together at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. So keep that in mind. I think everyone is well aware of which teams are doing well and which teams are not with the reports. Lastly, we have the Globus simulation year 12 decisions. Then again, most teams are doing a great job here. And just, keep in mind, you still want to analyze the data. Even though you may be on top right now, you could be knocked off. So don't just try to ride this out all the way to year 15. So continue putting in the same effort that you have in the past. Let's go ahead and look at the year 11 results in Globus.
Here we have the year 11 scoreboard. As you can see, company B is in the lead with 92, change up +1 from year 10. Company D is at 84, company C is at 81. Pretty much all stay the same, right? 1, 2, and 3. The fourth ranking, though, company F, they jumped from 6th to 4th for year 11. But you would say, well, they lost points. Keep in mind, sometimes you lose points, it feels like winning because you don't lose as many as your competition. As you can see, company A lost 18 for year 11, and company E lost 8. So it's not, you don't always have to gain points to leapfrog a team. Sometimes you just don't have to lose as many as your other team that you're going against. So that's great for Team F, not so good for Team A and E, where they really couldn't afford to lose that many points anyway. So let's go ahead and look at the game-to-date scoreboard, where then again we have company B, D, and C. So B's at 95, E's at 87, and that's a pretty big gap for the game-to-date scoreboard. So just to give you a heads up, D and C, if you want any hopes of catching B, you're either going to, bank on that they're going to make a mistake, or that you're going to try, I don't want to say something new, but be more aggressive to try to catch them. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. Company B could easily run away with this, and then there could be a race for second between D and C, and then when it comes to fourth, it'd be E, A, or F could, gain 4th place. So, keep that in mind. Now, with that said, for E, A, and F, I'm not telling you give up by any stretch, but, E, you're at 63, A, you're at 62, and F, you're at 59. I don't see any 3 of you catching the 3rd place team, which currently is company C at 83. But with that said, you should be challenging one another for that 4th place. Right now it is pretty tight for 4th. But, company F at 59, that's still a low, very low score. And even the low 60s is not that great for the simulation. So, these 3 teams, you need to pick it up, get in the 70s somewhere and try to make it, a stand for a solid 4th place in the simulation. But it should be interesting, though. Like I said, it's kind of divided up now. You have B, D, and C going for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and E, A, and F going for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Like I said, B so far is definitely in the driver's seat. So, D and C, you got to come after them now if you want any hopes. And E, A, and F, you're real close to one another. And hopefully, maybe one of you will really take off and get in the 70s and maybe separate yourself from the other two. To show that you do know what you're doing within the simulation and you are trying. Because right now, E, A, and F, I really have concerns of how much you really understand, the simulation, the competition, and all the concepts behind it. When you're talking about earnings per share, return on equity, stock price, credit rating, image rating, and all that. So that's all I had for this week. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Have a great week.